Hello guys, this is just a sample recording. I'm just testing my recording software setup on my screen, on my Ubuntu partition basically. On the screen you can see I have split my terminal into two sections. Terminal 1 on the top is currently showing you my current system setup. I'm using Ubuntu 19.10 with KDE Plasma desktop. I have 16 GB of RAM on this machine and 500 GB SSD. For recording, I'm using Voco Screen, a free Linux software for screen recording with audio support. And you can see I have enabled my webcam. You can see my face on the down right corner, right bottom corner. Fine, so let's get started. In this recording, I'll show you how to install PowerShell Core with Azure modules on Linux machine using the Snap Package Manager. Snap Package Manager is by default available on all Ubuntu based systems like Ubuntu, Lubuntu and so on. And for other Linux distribution, you might have to install Snap separately. Now because I'm using Ubuntu, Snap is already installed in my machine and I can check that by using simple command snap help. So this is my snap help. You can see it on the second screen over here. Let me just close this editor. I don't want to save anything, so I just close the editor here. PWSH is the command to launch the PowerShell or PowerShell Core to be more specific. On terminal 1, when I entered PWSH, I get command not found. That's because I have not installed PowerShell Core yet. So let's get started. Let's install PowerShell Core using terminal 2. So this is the Snap Package Manager. You can use Snap Package Manager to install snaps into your systems. So let us get started. DFH. These are the system partitions right now, as you can see here, before installing the snap. I'll just keep this screen open over here and I'll just open one more additional terminal on the right. This is terminal number 3. Here let me just try sudo snap install PowerShell. Oh, wait a second. I should show you how to find it first. Find PowerShell. Let's see what happens. I'm just asking Snap Package Manager whether there is a package with name PowerShell available there. And as you can see here, there are 3 packages with the name which matches PowerShell. Obviously, the first 2 are the one which are from Microsoft. The other one, I don't know what it is. Must be some kind of game. Anyway. Oh, it's not a game, it's just a cross-shell prompt for astronauts. I don't know what that means. Anyway, we'll ignore that. The one that I'm going to install now is PowerShell 7.0.1. Please remember, this is the stable channel and this is a preview channel. So preview channel might provide you some features which may not be available yet in this main channel, but it is not recommended to install preview unless you are a developer and you are ready to share the bug report or usage report with Microsoft for every single command that you use. And it's not stable as the name suggests. Anyways, I'm going to install the stable version. It's available under classic snap packages. So that is what I'm going to do now. So the command I'm going to use now is sudo snap install PowerShell -- classic. So I'm installing a classic snap package called PowerShell. It's installing it right now. You can see the download is already started. Good, it's downloading with the speed of approximately 1.15 1.18 MB per second. That's good. Yeah, good. It's doing the regular stuff of installing this package and using the Snap Package Manager and creating its own separate partition, as you can see. This is the first snap that I'm installing in my system, so it has to first configure the snapd, that is daemon, snap daemon into the system. This is first snap that I have installed. This is a freshly formatted partition. Yeah, good. What it's actually trying to do is it's trying to download some core snap packages which are required for running snap daemon itself. You can say it's downloading some stuff like core 18 and something. We'll just wait for 1 or 2 minutes and should be ready. Okay, now the PowerShell has started installation, downloading the PowerShell. Okay, it won't take time if this is not your first snap. If you have installed some snap earlier, then installing PowerShell will take much lesser time. Okay, that's good. Okay. Okay, so PowerShell is finally installed. Now let me show you what happens when you install a snap. I'm going to just run this disk free command once again here, and you can see the differences here. Before installing this PowerShell snap, this was my file system and these were my mounted partitions. And you can see here the last mounted partition was TMPFS, and here after this TMPFS there are few additional partitions which have been created, and those partitions are: there is a separate partition created by snap daemon, then its basic utilities, or you can say the common file system which is required by all the snap packages is core 18. It's been installed here in a separate partition, and you can see my PowerShell itself is also saved in a separate partition, and they are all mounted as a separate partition. This is actually an additional benefit of snapd package manager. So instead of installing your software in your existing file system, it actually is creating a separate mount point for it, and you can see those mount points. Okay, fine. This is actually if you are not a Linux administrator, this may not actually be any more useful for you. But if you are indeed interested in Linux and Linux administration, software package management, then this is a new way of installing packages on almost all Debian based operating system. Fine, so let's get back to the PowerShell here. I'm going to again repeat pwsh command. Oh, wait a second, it looks like it's still not available. Do I have to write full word PowerShell? Okay, maybe I just have to close this terminal and reopen a new one. Exit this, and here I'm going to create a new terminal, pwsh. Why it's not working still? PowerShell looks like it's installed in my system here. Let me write full word PowerShell. PowerShell is available here, and it's not available because snap bin is not included in path variable. Okay, fine. I forgot to tell you this is my, I already told you, this is my first snap package. So in order to make sure that any of the snap packages are accessible to your system, you will have to include the snap bin path into your system path variable. So this is how I'm going to implement this now. I have two options. I can add it to bash rc file, or I can add it to etc profile file. I would prefer etc profile because right now I have got two main shells. One is bash and the other one is zsh. Right now my terminal number 3, I have launched bash, but other terminals are still using zsh. So I'm going to use sudo nano etc profile. Fine. and let me just edit my path variable here. I'll just say export path is equal to $path colon, and then I'm going to write what was that error that I was getting earlier? Snap, right? Snap t / bin. Save. Oh, wait a second, I made a mistake. It's not snap t / bin, it's only snap / bin. So this folder is now part of my path variable. Let me reload my profile, etc profile. Okay, good. I can now do this also in my ZSH shell, etc profile. And once it is loaded fully, let me try writing PowerShell here on my screen. Yes. Now after I enter PowerShell, you can see I'm getting PowerShell 7 prompt right here in my Linux terminal. I guess I no longer need these terminals here, so it's better I just close them. Fine. Now I have got a single terminal open. You can see the PowerShell prompt over here. You can now install typical PowerShell modules here inside this PowerShell prompt. So what you just have to do is you just have to do something like find module and name. I'm searching for a module called Azure. Sorry. So this will just simply this will simply work just like PowerShell commands work on Windows. It will go to the PowerShell gallery and it will try to search for a module called Azure over there. You can see there is indeed a module available called Azure. Also, it looks like the coloring scheme is not compatible with the PowerShell. The word written here Azure is not quite visible. Wait a second. I have another terminal which will actually make it a lot more easier for me. I need a black terminal here. Fine, I guess this would be much better. So let me write PowerShell. Oh, what happened? Oh yes. You do not have to load this etc profile every time. Actually speaking, if I just restart my machine, the etc profile will be loaded automatically. Fine. So PowerShell. That's my PowerShell now. Let me try find module name. I'm now searching for AZ module. Let's see if I can see that new AZ module for Azure PowerShell. Yeah, it's found over there. Now the command to install it is install module name AZ, press enter. Yeah, same way like how it shows you a message on Windows PowerShell. It's just asking you whether you are going to trust this PowerShell gallery and install packages from there. Default is no, but I'm going to say yes. Why? Loading now. What it's now going to do is it will simply connect to the Azure PowerShell gallery, PS gallery, and it will start downloading all the required DLLs. This entire PowerShell Core 7.0 is written in .NET Core. That's the reason why all the DLL files which are built for this PowerShell module would be able to execute or run on my Linux system. Installation of AZ module is one-time activity. Once it is installed, I do not have to repeat this step again. Yeah, started already. You can see the installation. Installing individual modules or submodules for AZ package will take some time. So we'll just have to wait for a couple of minutes for the entire you can say package installation is completed in time. You can even see on the screen it's showing the progress, what modules or what sub module it is trying to install right now. So if you have used the new AZ command line environment for managing your Azure resources, you can now use all those commands and your script directly from your Linux partition as well. There is only one precaution that you need to take if you are using PowerShell commands from Azure PowerShell commands from your Linux box. You will have to pay attention to your file system path. You cannot write anywhere c:/. Okay, there are no C and D drives here, and you should use / as a path separator instead of /. Those are only two things. Otherwise, all the scripts will run here as well. Just waiting for the installation to complete. Yeah, done. Good. Let's clear the screen and let's start now. Get AZVM. Obviously it's going to fail because I need to log in. Oh, wait a second, it looks like it's successful already. Okay, I'll tell you why it happened actually. The reason is sometime in past I have already installed Azure PowerShell on this box, and I removed it. I formatted the other partition, but the configuration file that it actually creates is still there somewhere in the one or two hidden files. Anyways, actually you'll have to run command connect-az account, and then you should log in, and then probably you should be able to see all these things. Right now I'm getting all the details already. It is an example of persisted login. All the PowerShell features, most of the PowerShell features are supported here, like automatic syntax highlighting, and auto completion is also available. Like for example, if I want to get this, get AZ, and if I press tab, it will ask you whether you want all the possibilities. I'll say yes, and you can see all the commands. So all these commands are right now available. I can then write something like this: AZ public IP, and these are the public IPs. What happened? Oh, sorry, public IP address. That's the complete command. You can see getting normal output like what you will get on Windows PowerShell. Fine, this was actually my attempt of testing how screen recording will work on my Ubuntu box, and at the same time trying to explain you how you can install Azure PowerShell and PowerShell Core onto your Ubuntu system using Snap Package Manager. I hope you like this. Thank you.